Hey, Nation, Harry here, back with my main man, Carl Katz, north of the border in Vancouver, BC. How you doing?
Doing great, Harry. How are you?
Good, good. Well, hey, I just want to jump right into it. You're the first analyst that we've had a chance to talk to about the mid-year hack breach of the Kaseya platform. So first of all, maybe you could share what are the facts as you know them. What are your thoughts? And then I have a hundred questions.
Well, I spent yesterday on two different webinars, and one went in. The second one was a Huntress webinar, went into the technical details, and uh, the first one was just an overview um, of of the breach. But it was bad enough that like our peer group was actually working last week on Print Nightmare, and this totally eclipsed it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. I know Kaseya is, forcing these. I don't know anybody personally who's on Kaseya, uses Kaseya. I know that I looked at it myself many, many years ago. But I said, but man, like, what a nightmare, you know, waking up and finding out that you've been breached. Um,
Yeah.
and I'd say, Kyle Hanslovan, who's one of the founders of Huntress, was asked yesterday. They asked the question because it was a round table. Who do you think is going to be next? Well, SolarWinds has been hit already, and
Oh
Kaseya
yeah.
has been hit in these majors. So, they think it's going to be one of the new ones, one of the new RMM providers. But yeah, it's just really sobering. And somebody said that every time that happens, I want to close up shop and open up a frozen banana stand.
Yeah, my joke has always been I want to own an overhead garage door franchise, right? It's repeatable. It's probably
Right,
scalable,
right.
and
Yeah.
just write it out.
So just,
Go on.
the facts are is that in a typical ransomware play, and the whole big sea change has been persistence. You know, Life Labs, which is a local medical testing concern, got hacked and they paid the ransom. And I asked myself, and this is about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I go, man, like, don't these people have backups? And then in the past year, I found out that, they establish these ransomware guys, they establish persistence, encrypt backups. And by the time they send the first note, it's like you've got like a year's worth of backups encrypted. So, that's the big change in the past couple of years. And it's just, it's really, I hate to use the word, but it's scary, Harry. It's really scary.
Yeah, it is. Well, a couple of thoughts. One, and there's a question or two in here somewhere, but first of all, on national TV, probably yours as well, but you know, Kaseya has now become a word in the media, like SolarWinds, right? But
Yeah.
they kept mispronouncing it. Like on ABC, they call it Kaseya, or they didn't say Kaseya. They had variations, and I'm just like going crazy. Um, but just from an executive point of view, that's talk about scary. That's Fred, the CEO of Kaseya, Fred Voccola, I think is his last name. He's having a bad couple days. I mean,
Yeah.
this is akin to my childhood. I had a front row seat in my younger years to the Exxon Valdez, and I
Yeah.
mean, this is kind of what disaster communications are about, right? So now it's
Yeah.
Kaseya's turn. Number two, interesting how talks I've had with you, we've had with other analysts about the MSP. The bad guys now know what an MSP is, and an MSP is the one who speaks to many small customers, right?
Yeah.
So the attack vector, and Carl, that talk's been going on a couple of years, and we're all just kind of like, yeah, I know about the the handful of schools in Texas that got hit by that one MSP. And I think that was a ConnectWise MSP, and I'm in no way indicting ConnectWise. That was just how he identified himself, right? And got hit. And so that's interesting to me. I'm still collecting the facts. I believe there's more facts to come on the Kaseya situation, because I'm hearing $70 million ransom. I'm hearing hundreds of thousands of attacks.
Yeah,
I'm hearing that it's really not that big. How are you sorting out what the actual scope of this is?
Well, I got a good sense of it yesterday on the webinar, and actually it's only 1,500 to 200 customers that got hit, which, I mean, one customer is too many. But what I was getting at before is they did not seem to encrypt any backups. So the advice yesterday was restore from July 1st, because they are able to restore. All these, MSPs and clients are able to restore. That said, someone who has, an MSP with 50 clients is going to be swamped, and it's going to take them weeks and weeks and weeks to restore. But I think that they said it was sloppiness, and because of their sloppiness, the ransomware, the threat actors, everyone dodged a bullet, really.
Yeah.
So,
and I concur, you're going to see more. I hadn't thought of it in terms of the new RMM platforms. I thought of it more of the top 5 platforms, names you and I know, that I'll tell you, if I were with one of those ISVs in the top 5 MSP platform world, this would have my full attention. It's not a matter of will we be hit. I think you need to wake up and say, when will we be hit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's called the assume breach mentality. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, I appreciate you leading us off and talking about the Kaseya hack. And we're not done with this story. I mean, when we circle back to you periodically, again, and I don't mean to be a Wall Street bear, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's another attack, and we can talk about it. So
for sure.
There we go. All right, man.
Always a pleasure, Harry.
Thanks, Carl.